Today we are going to take another ode by a, by another romantic poet, John Keats. Keats was a perfect ode writer, and among his famous odes are Ode to a Nightingale and Ode to Sight and Ode to Autumn, and some other odes are there. Today we will take Ode to Autumn, and as Keats had titled it as To Autumn. To Autumn is a poem in which a season, obviously autumn, has been personified and made to live. And in the first stanza, the poet describes the fruits of autumn, the fruits which are overbrimming or ripening, and they are in their maturity and ready to be harvested. And in the second stanza, we see that autumn is personified as a woman present at the various operations of the harvest and at the cedar pressing. At cedar pressing, in the final stanza, the end of the year is associated with sunset. The songs of spring are over and night is falling, and there is no feeling of sadness because autumn has its own songs. The close of the ode, though solemn it is, breathes the spirit of hope. So let us go through the first stanza, lines 1 to 11. Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun, conspiring with him how to load and bless with fruit the vines that round the thatch eaves run, to bend with apples the mossed cottage trees, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core, to swell the gourd and plump the hazel shells with sweet kernel, to set budding more and still more later flowers for the bees, until they think warm days will never cease, for summer has overbrimmed their clammy cells. So here, from the very beginning, the season of autumn has been described, and here is some sort of abundance given to the season of autumn, where all the nature is at its ripening and the harvest is ready to be ripened. And we see that autumn is a season of mists and mellow fruitfulness. So the poet has described the bounty of autumn. Autumn is the season of mists. It is a season during which different kinds of fruit ripen, and it seems that autumn actively cooperates, close bosom friend of the maturing sun. So autumn is a close friend of the maturing sun in the way that it cooperates sun to make the fruits or the harvest ready and ripened. So it is a season, autumn and the sun. Autumn and the sun work together for the ripening of all kinds of fruits. The vines with fruit the vines that round the thatched eaves run. The vines running round the edges of the thatched roofs become loaded with grapes during autumn. The branches of the apple trees are bowed nearly to the ground with the weight of apples. To band with apples the mossed cottage trees. So here is everywhere ripening, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core, and it fills all the fruits to ripeness to the core. So the fruits are also abundant and ripened. The and all the fruits are filled with sweetness through and through. The gourd grows bigger and bigger to swell the gourd and plump the hazel shells. So the gourd, or we may say pumpkin, grows bigger and bigger. The hazelnuts are filled with the sweet kernel, and flowers as well are also blooming in autumn. And seeing those flowers blooming, the bees suck the sweetness of these flowers. And to the bees, it seems that these flowers represent a continuation of the summer season. For the bees, therefore, the warm days of summer have not ended, and the season of summer is in continuation, it seems to the bees. The sticky cells of the honeycombs are filled to overflowing with honey, and all the honeycombs are filled and overbrimming with honey, and yet autumn provides more flowers in case the bees may like to draw more sweetness from them, until they think warm days will never cease, for summer has overbrimmed their clammy cells. Those honeycombs which have been full in summer season are now overbrimming because the bees are drawing more and more sweetness from the flowers and filling or overbrimming the honeycombs. So these clammy cells are overbrimming. So what a beautiful season, what a beautiful scene of autumn has been given here, and autumn has been personified. And here autumn is a close bosom friend of the maturing sun. And here the word conspiring means having some conspiracy, but here this conspiracy is in positive sense, to load and bless with fruit the vines that round the thatched eaves run. So both of them, autumn and sun, load and bless the vines and fruits with flowers and fruits, to band with apples the mossed cottage trees. So here the nature is at its fullness, and this fullness has been very beautifully drawn by John Keats in the very first stanza. So students, you should read this one again and again at home and enjoy the beauty of the season of autumn the Keats has presented here before us, and we shall take the next 11 line stanza in our next video. Thank you.